If you need a way to flip your bread or build an online business, you don't want to miss our live interest meeting and Q&A happening Wednesday, August 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern, hosted by The Ticket Blog. We're breaking down what's inside our exclusive seller community and how you can start building a profitable online ticket business from scratch. Tap in live for a special offer, answers to your questions, and the info you need to get started. Go to thetickettrap.com and join us. Again, thetickettrap.com.
Click the link at the top line of the description to get started now. And for the people that's gonna be listening, leave a comment. Let us know what y'all think. Last one, man. Let's So I don't know if you heard about Umar, man. He got some issue where he owes something like $60,000-$70,000 on the school or whatever the case may be. Well, Charlamagne talked about this.
Oh,
in particular. Wow. Yeah. He actually talked. You got to hear this shit. He talked about. Let's play it.
Yeah. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved.
Let me tell you something. That video right there should prove to people that Dr. Umar is exactly who he's always claimed to be. Because Dr. Umar has never asked anybody for a personal dollar. People always think that when he's asking for donations, he's doing it for selfish reasons, but the school is in Delaware. Like, we can't sit here and act like that school is not in Delaware. We can't sit here and act like, he hasn't shown us all the renovations he's done on the school. I think,
So what's that have to do with his personal finances?
He said they froze his account.
What's that got to do with the school?
He says that he's paying all those bills through his personal account.
Well, that's not how you run a school.
Oh, Chris, don't, you're asking too many.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe Dr. Umar just hasn't been up on his business the way he should have been all of these years.
I think that could be
I just don't think Dr. Umar would get out there and personally ask for money if he was using that money for personal reasons. If he was using the money he was getting for schools for personal reasons, even if his account was frozen, he wouldn't get online and expose himself like this and ask for actual money and tell everybody, hey, my accounts are frozen.
I believe him, man. I believe him.
I believe him too. Dr. Umar would not get online and tell people, I don't have any money personally coming in right now. My accounts are frozen.
Because if he was moneying them, he would just say, give me more donations.
Yes.
But this one, he's not saying give donations to the school. He's saying give us personal donations. What Chris brings up.
We don't really know what's going on. Because he did ask to continue to send donations. He said use PayPal. And he has in the past asked for personal donations. All you gotta do is go listen to people on the internet that do shit about him every day. They'll be able to expose that information. I think Charlemagne he exposed himself
a lot.
You just sat up there and admitted that he wasn't up on this business like that. Maybe. No, ain't maybe. He not. Why you keep promoting him on your show then? And why are you trying to give him an out, bro? And this is the part what I was saying the other day. It's going to come a time he's going to have to draw the line in the sand like Caesar did with Envy, like Envy did with Caesar. But I get it. He has to hold on. I guess they friends or whatever. He has to still hold on, to the semblance that he's connected to the black grassroots. And he's bringing the people on that he chooses and he picks, because there's a lot of people that are doing great work. He won't touch them.
Yep.
They select the people that they bring on, on their show. What's your thoughts? Unpack that, man, about, what Charlamagne said about Dr. Umar and him asking, for money.
I'm surprised, to be honest with you, because this entire time I almost thought that Charlemagne knew what was going on, but kind of just turned a blind eye for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Because he was cool, because he thought it was popular. I thought he knew a lot more than what he did. And what that shows me is he's completely oblivious to what's really going on. And that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, first off, when you look at somebody as popular nowadays as Umar, the last 3 or 4 years, this dude has skyrocketed in popularity, from going just to black sectors and black content creators and black spaces, to where people were kind of trying to learn knowledge and knowledge of self and different type of things that he was delivering, to now he's a household name. You white, Umar. You on Twitter, Umar. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be in a black sector or be listening necessarily to black content to know who Umar is, because he's a household name. And a lot of that is because of the promotion from the Breakfast Club, point blank, period. Probably one of the biggest outlets, hip hop outlets, cultural outlets we have out there still to this day. And when you hear him say that he never personally asked for donations, when you hear him say that he has a school that he's been doing renovations on, have you been living under a fucking rock?
Right.
Like, what? Did you see any? Have you watched any videos of Umar showing the inside of that school? And if you looked at the dockets on the Delaware website, it says that that building has been vacant for 10 plus years. So what renovations can be done on a vacant building for 10 plus years? Please tell me. And if you just, it don't take a rocket scientist. We're not out here doing federal investigations. I scroll on my timeline. You put Umar Johnson in on your search bar on Twitter, X, whatever. This shit will come up. It's clear as day. It's not hard to find. And the fact that he can talk as clueless as he talked. And it was almost like at one point I thought that his boy was like, damn, even his white boy know that Umar's scamming. And he kind of trying to hold back because Charlamagne, for whatever reason, will not accept the fact that this dude is a goddamn swindler. He's a scammer and he's not who he says he is. Unless Charlamagne does know that, but he's trying to keep this image of the mainstream image because you ain't keen to what the streets are really saying, that I'm going to keep this image of keeping the black man's name up, not doing this to a black man. But at the end of the day, bro, black or not, he's out here scamming and taking from black people. And you ask why somebody will come publicly and start asking for money. There's a few reasons why. I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. But you be the judge. You look at a man sweating fucking bullets in his car with his seatbelt on. You mean tell me you got the seatbelt on, but you ain't got the air on? And you sweating bullets talking about give me a couple dollars. What do you think that is, Charlamagne? So it's extreme ignorance. I can't believe he just said what he said, man. It just shows that he's completely oblivious. And maybe he should be doing a little more research before he gets people on his platforms doing this, because he will fall into a situation with envy where he has to go, oh, I didn't, because there's some people knocking. There's some alphabet people knocking real soon. The doors are crashing down on Umar day by day. And for him to say this just shows an extreme sense of negligence and ignorance in my part on Charlamagne.
Yeah, it's and the crazy part about it, think about it. You work for the biggest radio station in New York.
Yep.
You don't gotta do no research. You got people that do it for you and brief you. What's going on? All right, this is what they saying on the internet. This is what here's the information. Here's the factual stuff. Here are the rumors. When we bring them in, let's ask them about this. Let's talk about this. Let's go into this. But you don't want to do that because that's your friend.
Yep.
That's your friend. So you don't want to push the envelope. And you would do it with everybody. Remember Charlamagne? He pushed the envelope with any and everybody. He had no picks.
Yep.
But now he started watering himself down and not really going in and digging deep. You notice Umar, he only selects certain podcasts that he'll go on. He's very smart when it comes to selectively picking, because he knows, if he goes with certain people, that's going to be a confrontation. They're not going to settle. Some people just don't know. So they don't know the right questions to ask. So he'll never come talk to us and other people like that. And he'll consider us haters, whatever the case may be, or something like that. When we just really want to ask genuine questions. Maybe we don't know. Maybe we're wrong about this. But talk to us.
Yep.
But here's what I was saying yesterday, too. And Charlamagne, it's sad, obviously. And the guy, his co-host, Andrew Schultz, he has been on record calling Umar out for years.
Yeah.
About certain different things. And, we didn't see the whole clip. So maybe he said something, more in that particular one. But even asking for money, nigga, get a job.
Please.
You're a doctor. Why are you asking people for money?
Right.
You're a doctor. You're just clinical this. You can't go get a job real quick. Like, are we serious?
Right.
And the dude even hit it on the head too. He's like, that's not how you run the school.
Period.
We heard the dude said it, but they swept that shit under the rug. You know what I mean? But I want to get to this. I want to ask you this, but it's something I pondered yesterday. I was saying that I think Umar alienated himself. And I made an example of the guy Randall in Georgia and how he takes donations from white people, East Indians, all groups of people. And I made another analogy of like, Umar thinks he's so good that he only want to collect the black dollar, but these other races come in our communities, they set up shop, they take the money and they put their kids through colleges and private schools with our money that we put into their businesses. We should be doing the same. Do you think Umar alienated himself from whites, Asians, interracial people, anything where he could be getting that dollar to help him, but he's so divisive that now you put yourself in a box that only certain black people will want to even give you money?
I think it's a combination of ignorance on his part and intent. And what I mean by intent is his intent was never to open a school, in my opinion. And when you look at how he can manipulate black people, because he knows how to tug on the heartstrings of black people, he knows that they will give without much resistance early on. Now, if a white person donates, or if an Asian person donates, if somebody puts a donation out, a lot of people outside of our culture look at those donations as investments. And they may not want a return when it comes to money, but they want a return when it comes to work, to investments, and they want to see that return. If they give you donation to open a school in 3 to 5 years, they want to see a goddamn school. And they're going to hold you accountable for that and make sure that you're doing the things to put in line to follow their donation, because they're going to make sure they follow that donation to its conclusion. And when you can tug on the heartstrings of black people and bring up emotions and bring up things that we've suffered and bring up things that have been done to us, oh yeah, we can blindly give somebody anything, because that's just in our nature. It's unfortunate, but it's in our nature. And I think Umar is very smart and intelligent enough to know how to manipulate us. And he's done an exceptional job of it. So I think it's a level of ignorance, but I also think more importantly, it's intent. And his intent was never to open a school. His intent was always to scam. And he knew who to scam. And he knew who not to scam.
Wow. That's deep. Because I kind of seen it like he maybe wanted to do it, but you may be right though. But I think he may have wanted to do it, but he figured he just mismanaged his money, and he think that he can keep getting money forever. When he really what he should have did, and this is what Charlamagne should be asking him as well. You're a nonprofit organization.
Yep.
Can we see your books?
Yep.
Charlamagne's a multimillionaire. He can come to Charlamagne and be like, yo, hold on. Charlamagne, bro, look, I've been going hard at this, bro. I'm $200,000 short. Do you have maybe you and a group of friends that may want to help? Why don't you do that? How much money does Charlamagne and Envy and Angela Yee and all them people give to him? If you was transparent, what we're asking for to say, look, family, I got $850,000. I need 1.3 million, or I need another $150,000. I'm gonna put this GoFundMe up. Let's get it. I guarantee you he would get it, because he's being transparent and honest.
Facts. I'm
sure Charlamagne will drop something. He may not drop the whole 150, may drop 25, 15. Envy will drop, because you're being honest and transparent.
Man, if the dude was being honest, we would have had, how many live platforms would we have had having people donate and give them the entire contribution to him in his school? I guarantee you we would have did probably 50 by now, if he was honest about it, because ain't nobody want to see him fail. I know we do these videos and we get on Umar now, but originally nobody wanted to see that brother fail. Wanted to see him win. That's why it's so aggravating to watch him do what he's doing.
Right. So, and that's the questions we got to be asking. Like, yo, put this shit up. Let us see what's going on. You hiding shit. You're not telling us what's going on. You begging for this. You begging for that. You're not being accountable to not one soul, not even the donors. They don't know what's going on for real.
Right.
So this is an all-time mismanagement of the whole situation. And you get mad about people. Of course, we're going to talk about it. And then here's one last thing I want to say, man, on it. And I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again. You got brothers out here with no Joe Buttons, no Breakfast Club, no Shade Room, World Star, no major. They're not household names, like you said.
Right.
But they're taking every single dollar and reinvesting into the future.
Yep.
Every dollar that they get. They out there in the cold helping boys do practical things and, changing tires and batteries and HVAC work. And not only that, teaching them in the classroom, teaching them how to, disarm a gun.
Yep.
To make sure that the clip is empty, like practical shit. All the shit that Umar talked about, his brother's doing it with no recognition. That's why I don't give him any slack when it comes to this shit. It looks like a fucking scam. It's brothers out here doing the Zyx Institute in Brooklyn.
Yep, Q Butter.
Teaching kids STEM.
Yep.
Randall with his school. I forget the name of it.
King Randall, yep.
It's countless brothers out here doing, whether brother out on the football field, a brother, whatever, mentoring, whatever he's doing. It's people out here doing it for real. That's never on the internet. All you doing is talking on the internet. Show us something. And then I said, yo, just start small, dog. We all know we started with 0 subscribers. We started in your backyard and shit.
Yep.
When you was out, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's just like you got to start small sometime. We can't just jump into a big ass fucking studio that we had before. We had to start from square one. Start with 5 boys, 10 boys. Make it online first and then build up, bro.
Right.
That what goes to show you that I don't think he's really serious about it. You may be right about him scamming the whole time. That's kind of all I got on it.
Yeah, that's all I got on it. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But after a few years of really looking at it, man, I think his intent the whole time was just to grab money. And it's unfortunate because he had something real good, man. And I don't know if we'll ever know. I don't know if we'll ever know if there was genuinely a school in line, or if he genuinely wanted to do it, or what happened and what kind of turned it to where it is now. I don't know if we'll ever know, man. But
one last thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I feel like, first of all, I don't feel like his accounts are frozen. Maybe they are.
Right.
I feel like this is gonna be like the precursor, the setup to say, all right, they froze the account, they took the money, and he loses the school. I hope it don't happen, but I kind of he reminded me the dude Polite. Well, Polite was on this construction site and said he was building houses and shit, low income houses, and he didn't even own the site. Like they didn't even know who he was. He acted like he's building these low income houses.
Yo, it could be possible, man. It could be possible, and now we talking time.
Yep. So
hopefully we won't get to that, but we'll see.
Yeah. Anybody who listen, man, make sure you guys leave a comment. Make sure you guys thumb up the video. We definitely appreciate everybody checking in. Another episode of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Be sure to check us out. Also, type in Blackballed Sports Podcast on YouTube. We got our thing going over there, so check us out. Show some love and support. That's your brother Sam Man of our Hip Hop News, and your brother got Hip Hop News Uncensored, together with the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Over and out, y'all.
Peace.